let's go to football, the NFL, Rob. And look, the LA Rams are 3-1, but people are worried. I felt all along that they were going to fall off this year. Now, I may have thought they'd fall off a little more than they actually would have. I didn't think they'd make the playoffs. And maybe we'll see. They got hammered last weekend by the Tampa Bay. Yeah, they're 3-1. Right. And they beat New Orleans. They beat Cleveland. They beat Carolina. Right. They beat 3 good teams. Carolina's still a pretty good team.
Yep.
But they even though they're 3-1 and they look like they're going to make the playoffs, they don't look like a Super Bowl team to me. And the main reason, and there's 2, but they're related. Todd Gurley is not the same, Rob.
Even though he played well to start the season,
the first game, he did look like the old Todd Gurley. That's when I said, you know what, maybe I was wrong. He looked like the old Todd Gurley, had 97 yards on 14 carries. Looked great. But since then, he's averaged about 3.5 yards a carry in the last 3 games. Last game against Tampa Bay, 5 carries, 16 yards. Now, he had 2 touchdowns, but 5 carries. He's only had 23 touches in the last 3 games. Last year, 2 years ago, he averaged 26 touches a game. So they are using him differently, and they're playing this. They're towing the line like, oh, he's the same. No, he's not. It's starting to get embarrassing for Gurley. If he's the same, then Sean McVay has lost his mind. Wouldn't you agree with that, Rob?
Yes.
Because you're not using him like he's the same. He used to be your workhorse. As much as we praise Jared Goff for what he did under Sean McVay, as soon as McVay got there, the guy that carried the mail, the guy that was the engine, he was their Ezekiel Elliott. It was Todd Gurley.
And even in the Super Bowl, the record was, Chris, for them, if Gurley gets, 13 carries or 16 carries, they never lose. And in the Super Bowl, he didn't get it, and they won. Right. You know what I mean? Like if I'm a coach and I see that record, right, what we are when he gets 13 or 16 carries, I can't remember which one it was, I got to get that guy some carries. Something is wrong. Totally.
Right, and McVay's hasn't lost his mind. He's not dumb.
And I wonder,
so we know that something's wrong with Gurley. And, I mean, look, if you get somebody to replace his production like they had from C.J. Anderson last year,
gave him a big
then you'll
boost.
Be fine.
Right. You had 2 100-yard rushers when they beat the Cowboys. They ran the Cowboys off the field.
And here's what I think, Rob. Jared Goff is a good quarterback. I'm not sure, and in fact, I don't think he can carry your team without a great running game. I don't think he can. I know he threw for 500 yards against Tampa Bay, but obviously that was just an offensive bonanza.
Are you poo-pooing
And he
Tampa
had
Bay?
3 interceptions and a fumble. Yeah, I'm poo-pooing Tampa Bay.
All right, just one.
I mean, they're okay. What, you think they about to do some damage?
No, I'm just asking
Jameis
you.
looked good.
No.
I mean, Jameis is so inconsistent. I don't know what to make of him. But, you know, I'm just saying, I don't think, here's my concern with the Rams. Todd Gurley is not the same. And that means there's more pressure on Jared Goff. It's just like you talk about with Dak. He needs Ezekiel Elliott to be Ezekiel Elliott for himself to shine.
Right. If he's not getting any yards, it's hard.
Yeah, I think now Goff is a more gifted passer. I'll give you that. But I don't think he can carry a team through the air if he's got no running game. Do you?
No. I think that it hampers him.
And that's my concern about the Rams. This is big. Because, again, they look like they'll make the playoffs, but that's not the goal anymore, right?
They went to the Super Bowl. They're not just trying to make the playoffs.
No.
That would be a cop-out.
You're not even just trying to make the Super Bowl.
You're trying to win the Super Bowl.
Yes, and they don't look as gaudy as their record is. I know they beat New Orleans, but I think I like New Orleans better. I still like Dallas better. Yeah, I said it.
I'm glad you feel that way. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to write off. They had a bad game. They were 3-0, and they got their butts kicked at home. Bad loss, Chris. Bad loss. But I'm not ready to write them off and say that they're not going to be in the mix. Now, I don't know.
55?
Sean McVay, maybe has he lost a little luster? People figured him out? Is that run and reign of boy genius just last as long as a cup of coffee and a sweet roll? Do you know what I mean? Maybe they figured him out.
Well, what's your feeling on Gurley? Are you concerned?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm with you. Why are you giving him the ball? He must not be healthy enough in order to be able to get 5 carries. 5 carries? This doesn't make any sense.
At the very least.
You didn't pay the guy that kind of money for him to have 5 carries because you thought that this guy was your horse. That's what you thought.
Thank God for him he got his money. He got it at just the right time. But they're at the very least, Rob, they feel like we got to save him till the games really matter, i.e. the playoffs. At the very least, right? You're trying to just, load management. You're trying to get through the regular season with a good enough record to make the playoffs, and then you'll unleash Gurley. That's at the very least.
You sure you're making the playoffs? You better be careful,
true.
Right?
Right. I think that's being optimistic. That's putting on the rose-colored glasses. But I think what it is that that knee, he's got the tendonitis, and he doesn't know what he's going to have week to week, let alone the team and the coaching staff knowing. So they can't build the game plan around him like they used to because they don't know if he's going to be right.
So
and
sad.
It is sad because he was I hate to even you say it that way, but he's a great running back. Great. We see guys lead the league in rushing or come close to leading the league in rushing, just come out of nowhere here and there. But Gurley was different. Gurley was one of those guys where it wasn't just, he's got a great offensive line. It wasn't just, this is a fluke. I'll give you a prime example. James Conner, right? I know you like to bring up they didn't make the playoffs, but James Conner put up numbers last year, right?
Still didn't make the playoffs, but go ahead.
But listening. You know what I'm saying. But when you look at Todd Gurley and James Conner, there's a difference. I don't care if their numbers are exactly the same. Gurley was different. Gurley had all-time great talent. That's what he had. He had Hall of Fame talent. And it's been a long time since we've seen that. Maybe he can do that once every 6 weeks. But I don't think that's good enough because I don't think Jared Goff is good enough. He's good. But he's not the Aaron Rodgers, the Pat Mahomes, the guys like that who, even if they don't have the running game,
they're
can
still a
carry
threat.
you with their arm. Right.
I
don't think he's that.
There's not a lot of quarterbacks who can do it, but there are a few, Chris, and you mentioned them. Other guys need something. And if you don't have it, all of a sudden when all the pressure's put on you to make plays and make throws, all of a sudden it's not nearly the same results that you see when you have a little extra.
Yep.
And the defense can't key in on you because they're not sure what's coming. No,
you're right. And you saw Goff. I mean, he missed Brandon Cooks on a pass that probably would have been a touchdown, missed somebody else on one. He didn't get it done. And so to me, that's a storyline to watch. Everybody knew to watch Gurley. But now you have to watch Goff. And you got to watch the defense too. I mean, I know you got Aaron Donald and all that, but you gave up a double nickel to Jameis Winston?
Yeah, that was probably the most shocking of the weekend. Am I right? Just I did not believe, especially when you talk about that game was in Los Angeles. I didn't buy it.
Detroit played well.
But they wound up
Buffalo
losing. You know what I mean,
well.
right?
Yeah,
and Buffalo lost too.
They didn't get it done.
Right.
Tampa Bay went in and got it done. And, let's see. Let's give him a chance. I mean, you got Bruce Arians. Maybe he's turned them around. We'll see. It'd be nice. It'd be fun. A lot of people
like Bruce Arians and thinks that he is one of those guys who can turn a franchise around quickly.
Yep. So, all right, your turn to weigh in. Some Ram fans out there, Rams fans or not. Does Jared Goff have it? Can he carry you if Todd Gurley is not Todd Gurley? And do you think Todd Gurley is done?
All right, we're going to start with Bo in Texas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Bo?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, Chris, I love you, man. Rob, I'm not sure about you yet.
Okay.
Hey, fellas.
Thank you.
Todd Gurley, we're going to find out later down the road that something significant was truly wrong with this perennial all-star athlete. And, when you're in the NFL, guys, you're supposed to disclose, but you just can't certain situations if you want to win and stay competitive and make the defenses, prepare for them. So, that's my take. On a second note, let's not complicate the NCAA. They've been making free money for a long time.
Yes.
The guy calling in and saying you're going to pay taxes. Don't dumb it down. It's money. If you make money, you're going to pay taxes just like any other person.
Everybody else, right.
And I was 22. I was trying out for the NFL. Then I realized I could go make $90,000 being an international sales executive for Federal Express. And I did. I had fun with my money at the age of 22, 23. So don't let people fool you saying these athletes are going to, do this with their money, whatever. Right. They're going to do what any other trust fund baby between the ages of 19 and 26. They're going to have fun with the money just like anybody else would.
No
and
doubt.
Then you learn from your mistakes. Then you invest. Then you get smarter. You start planning. You buy a house. So don't let your callers off the hook.
No. You're right, Bo. We appreciate that call. What about Mike in New York? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, you guys?
What's up, Mike?
Man?
All right, I got three things. One, I think Todd Gurley's demise is sometimes really overstated by the media. Seems like when he has a good game, it's quiet. And then as soon as he has a bad game, oh, look at that contract. Look at it. I told you. And it's like with Jared Goff, I believe that this year he's going to take his lumps. If you've seen him, he doesn't look that good this year, but I believe he deserves a mulligan. And let's be honest, he just led a team to the Super Bowl. And
wait. Why does he deserve a mulligan?
He's a young.
You mean for the one game or for?
And I'm glad you said something, Chris, because I was just about to ask you this. Why do you believe that is a winner or better than Jared Goff when Jared Goff is undefeated against that in the playoffs, led a team to a Super Bowl, and he's thrown for 30 touchdowns before?
I think Dak has the intangibles that Goff doesn't.
I would take Goff
I said
right
it earlier.
now.
I think Goff is more talented as a passer. I'll give you that. But I think Dak has more intangibles. And Gurley, come on, Mike. He's averaged 3 yards a carry the last 3 games. Don't tell me it's overstated.
That's no
Gurley
good.
was awesome. Hall of Fame caliber in my book. And he's not looking like that now.
All right, let's go to Paul in Toledo, Ohio. Paul, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Man, we're great.
Great.
Hey, guys. Hey, one thing about the Ram game with Tampa last week, they were down 21-0. That changed the whole offensive plan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
You know what? You're
that,
right. You can't
That's a
run
good point.
That's a great point, Paul.
You're
can't run the
behind the
football.
eight ball.
Right. You got to throw the
You got
ball.
to push the ball downfield.
Right.
Okay,
That's
guys.
fair.
No, number two, New Orleans. When they had virtually they slowed down the Rams running game, right? Breeze played for the better part of the first half. Gurley not effective. Dallas lost to New Orleans. Elliott did not catch or run the ball at all. And if you look at the game against Tampa Bay, they still put up 33 points with that offense without a running game. So
do you think Gurley, you think his woes are overstated? Or are you saying Goff can carry him even without him?
There's something to it. there's something to Gurley not being nearly as effective. I agree with that, but I'm still saying there's still an offense that is to be reckoned with. You put up 33 points, that's generally going to win you 3 out of 4 ball games, guys.
Right.
And if you hold New Orleans to 9 points, Bridgewater, no Bridgewater. Also, I wanted to bring up one point, you guys, that I was listening to another show, CC, and Charlie Casserly was on there, and he was talking about the NFC right now. And he put the best team as New Orleans. Would you agree with that? As far as them being the best team in the NFC,
he's projecting them in a few weeks with Drew Brees, and doing the same thing. I would say, I right now it could change, but right now I would pick New Orleans.
Okay,
I would
with Brees, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be a long climb uphill with Bridgewater running that team to get to say what. 4-4? I don't know.
Well, I don't think Casserly would say they're best if Breeze was out for the season.
No. But with that defense, man, I mean, if they play that kind of defense, they can win, and you don't have to have a quarterback do anything major, right? You don't have to.
Right.
Just not make the big mistake, not turn the ball over. Exactly. Yep. Lou in D.C. Hey, Lou, you're on the Odd Couple of Fox Sports Radio.
What's happening, fellas? How we doing?
Doing great.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm going to take it off topic, and I want to talk about my home team over here, man. We got a clown show going on, man. I got my coach talking about he don't have a quarterback for this coming Sunday, man.
Didn't they just draft a quarterback in the first round?
Exactly, man. What is going on, man? You guys, do you guys even care about talking about our franchise? I mean, it's bothering me. Like, I want to just go ahead and kind of burn everything that I have.
You know what's funny is that we have that scheduled for the last 15 minutes. That's 9:45 Eastern, 6:45 Pacific. So we did have that on our sheet. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're going to talk about it.
They are a mess.
Relax. It is a mess there. And you know what?
Mess. And Jay Gruden's a mess too, but
Washington
he's not the
has been
main
a mess
issue.
for a long time.
Right.
Man. I mean, just terrible. Can we squeeze in another one? Yeah, Gil in North Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, how's it going, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great.
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to comment on at least on the names that were mentioned as far as the Aaron Rodgers, the Carson Wentz, and Pat Mahomes. The one thing that's different about these guys and that just happened to Goff is all of these guys have just been with offensive great-minded people. Like, everybody knows that Pat Mahomes was a raw arm talent until Andy Reid had him for a couple years. And you could say, when Carson got to Philly, he had Frank. There's a multitude of situations where quarterbacks have that offensive guru that kind of, even Kirk Cousins, who's struggling in Minnesota now. My question is, do you think a team or an NFL Super Bowl championship contending team could have an offense that's strictly predicated off the pass and not so much on the run?
Yeah, Kansas City does that. They got the best offense in the NFL, and they are all about the pass. So, yeah, if you've got that special a quarterback, Green Bay, Rob, for how many years?
Well, they didn't
have they done it without much of a running game?
They really didn't have a running game for a lot of that. But
if you got a quarterback that's that special,
but most guys aren't that good,
right?
Where you can do that. So it's one of those tough situations. Most of the time, you need to keep the defense honest, right? Which means that they don't know what's coming.
Yep, no doubt.